Welcome back, cocksuckers. Part 8 to How Rate My Chase is made, music and song choices. Here we are in the Sounds of Liberty. You see down here that we've got 4 songs here that were used in that Rate My Chase from Grand Theft Auto 3 and Liberty City Stories. Now, it's not limited specifically to those games, obviously, but as you can see here, we've got the songs in the Sony Vegas. But early on in Rate My Chase, we didn't have music, as far as I remember. There are a lot of early Season 1 chases in which there wasn't any background music, and at this point, as I tried to remember, I don't recall that many Season 1 chases, well, except for that. There were some. But usually whenever I would do a Rate My Chase, I would have Spotify in the background during the recording session, and whatever songs would be playing in the background would end up being featured in the Rate My Chase. As you would see, there are a lot of Season 3 episodes especially, where during chase cuts, the music would also cut. So if you were listening to a song that you probably liked as we were doing the chase, maybe there was a 2-minute chase cut and the song was over. And that happened a lot during Season 3. But in Season 1, there weren't a lot of background songs, and if there were, I could be lying about that, but when there were, usually they were either, they were usually through Spotify. Just to give the episode some background. In Season 3, I believe, sometime in Season 3 is when we started to track the actual names of the songs. I don't remember what episode that was. However, it was somewhere in this area, I believe, because I know in the Titty Boy and Jackie Chronicles we saw it, but I don't remember what episode starting in Season 3 that we saw that. The first instance of injected songs, this isn't the first instance, because I think I just showed the Giants Rate My Chase, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I injected that song, which was Santa Gold, Disparate Youth, in that chase. But in Cyberg's Chase here, this was the 50th episode, which again, Cyberg's Chase, some trivia here, was not meant to happen. It was like an accidental pregnancy. And during his chase, there was a lot of other stuff in the background. There was actually NHL 2003 in the background. So what I had to do for that one was lower the game audio, or lower the audio rather, and inject some songs into it. So we've got 2 Alien Ant Farm songs right here. Cyberg at the time was memeing about Smooth Criminal. So we put that in, plus another Alien Ant Farm song. But of course, when it came to injecting songs, the thought was already in because of the opening segments, which, downloaded from YouTube, obviously. So if we did that with the opening segments, with Fatomar's Bump to the Music, that gave the idea to do it, to inject songs during the chase, a chase as well. The problem is that we didn't start injecting songs until late Season 3. That started, I believe, and here's an example of a Rate My Chase, again, with no injected music. Just a random one. Dizadzi and St. Rob and TRPG Sinister, Rustler. This chase, again, was just all Spotify music, I believe.
Alright, time for it.
Yep, that was all Spotify music. That was very early Season 3, so of course there are no audio tracks here that have anything to do with music. This was the recording. I think this is the game audio. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is chase analysis, but yeah, nothing to do with injected songs. But we didn't start injecting songs till late Season 3. with the Sounds of Liberty in Season 3. The Evangelist Encounter series, he submitted his chases, but of course there was no background sound, let alone music. So I had to inject some songs into it. Not all of these are from Grand Theft Auto 3 or Liberty City Stories. These two are, obviously. But we put some in the background because obviously there was no sound. So we couldn't go along with that with just commentary. Although part 2 of the Sounds of Liberty, which was this, did have Spotify music. But actually, if we're being real here, Season 4, the start of Season 4, also did not have injected music. Although Chase Trials started to spearhead this because, of course, all of the songs were from Danganronpa V3 in the background during the chases, so they had to be played in its entirety, obviously. The Return of the Turtle Battalion was recorded in Discord, but I didn't have any sounds in the background, I believe. So if we go to that, which I'll have to pull up here. Alright, here we be. So we take a look at the Return of the Turtle Battalion, which is the last episode of Season 3. We injected 4 songs into the Rate My Chase because I was not listening to Spotify when I was doing this. Plus, there were times where I had to use my audio and Borl's audio because Borlord had he had submitted his version of the Cluckin' Battalion the Return of the Turtle Battalion chases. So if I switched to his audio and didn't have mine, then it would cut the songs off, and it would be kind of a mess because, I'd have my parts, the song would play from Spotify, I'd go to his parts, all of a sudden the song's cut off, then you go back to my part and the song is 2 minutes later. So it kind of didn't make much sense. So we added songs to this one, obviously, and this was one of the episodes that got us to Season 4, and in early Season 4, with the first 3 episodes, these were episodes that were recorded, I believe, near the end of Season 3, and, they were just used to put at the start of Season 4. These were Spotify music songs. Then, obviously, Chase Trials Visuals was from Chase Trials, so we just put the songs in. But I believe starting around here, we started to put some of the music in manually. And if we skip to the Sounds of Liberty, we did that. But here's what you do, obviously. So what you gotta do is you've gotta get the songs. You can either, well, I'm not gonna tell you that. You can just download them from YouTube. I'm not too sure if I'm allowed to tell you how to download them off of YouTube. If you want to know that, shoot me a PM, but it's 2021. It's pretty easy to find out how to do this. But yes, you go on YouTube, you find the song, you do whatever you do to download the song, and then all you do is just drag it into the Sony Vegas. Now, you don't really stop there because you've got to really calibrate the sounds, all the sound of the video so that, the commentary is, the songs are, are loud enough to be heard, but not loud enough so that it overshadows the commentary. And you gotta have the background, the game audio, at least listenable. And also you have to do that in conjunction with the Boran gauge. So again, that not one thing is too much louder than the other. You know, let's take a look, a couple seconds here of what it
as well,
was.
obviously, but no, Daddy 20 goes for the jack somehow and arrests Marius before he gets taken down by Marius and says, hey no.
So as you heard there, there's a mix of the game audio, the music, the commentary, and the Borat gauge. And I think the Borat gauge was kind of a bit low in volume.
Daddy 20
yeah.
goes for the jack.
You can barely hear the Borat gauge in this one. Usually I would increase to 9 decibels. The Borat gauge, that it kind of is in equilibrium with the rest.
Daddy 20
yeah, that's a bit better, I would think.
Somehow.
So again, all the sounds, like I said, the Borat gauge, the game audio, the music that you select, obviously, and the commentary has to all kind of be in harmony. You don't want one to be too much louder than the other. And as you can see here, I didn't change the commentary slider here. I did lower the volume of the songs though. And this depends on the episode, but what I did here was lower the audio track by 5 decibels, and then I further lowered each individual song to about the same volume, as you can see here. So this, I think this is Lips on the 6th song. I lowered it by about 10 decibels. This song, I didn't lower by any, because it was already kind of low. This is a Rise FM song, lowered by 7 decibels. And this is in MSX 98. I lowered it by a further 5 decibels. So basically all were about the same decibel level. But there were rate my chases, obviously. Oh, excellent. But there were rate my chases, obviously, in which look that over. In which you know, the songs were too loud, or the commentary was too loud, or the game audio was too loud, or vice versa. And as episodes came out, you know, that got regulated. You know, it got fixed and all that. But this is the end of season 4, so it had to be perfect. Another thing that people ask me about is, hey, Rashawn, how do you not get copyrighted? Well, let's go into the copyright claim issue. So there are times, obviously, I do the commentary over the music. So there are times when the music or my commentary is going to overshadow the songs, and YouTube may not detect it. But I think the thing about the copyright thing is a bit misconstrued. My channel's not monetized, obviously. So I do not make a cash off of these videos. Now, if I was trying to make a cash off of these videos, I could not have, you know, commercialized music in the background of Rate My Chases. But as long as you don't look for monetization, you can basically put any song that you want in the background, as long as it doesn't trigger the video to be blocked. As far as I know, and I may be wrong about this, you can't get terminated for using copyright music unless you're looking for monetization, because whatever monetization that you would get from the video would just go to the artist or label, whatever it is. So let's go through a few of these. The Nordic Beverell Chronicles. Just click on this and see, well, help your mouse see details. As you can see here, this is a long Rate My Chase. So YouTube picked up 6 songs, but as you can see here, it says the impact of the channel is not affected. It's content ID, as DSP would say. Oh, content ID, but it doesn't affect anything with the channel. None of the songs are blocked anywhere, so you can see the video from anywhere. But obviously, when you use copyrighted songs, you can't monetize it. You know, so that's what it is. There are other times though where nothing's gonna show. Like for example, in the last Ventura Chase showcase, there were many songs used in this episode, many, but only one got picked up by YouTube. This was a J Stone song, and I think it picked up the entire song. It's 2:59. There are times when it is not gonna, the copyright thing is not going to pick up every song, and it's not gonna pick up all of the song a lot of times. I think in this case it picked up all of the song in every instance. I think it did there, but it doesn't always do that. You know, in the Return to the Battalion, there were 4 songs or 3 songs here. Only one was picked up. So that's the thing about the content ID that I think is that there's a bit of confusion about. You don't get blocked for using copyright music most of the time. There, however, is a time where Rate My Chase got blocked, and I believe this is the only blocked Rate My Chase. There are just songs from certain artists that are gonna get a video blocked. I think the point with this was, it says the video is partially blocked. So this GDEP song is blocked in some countries. Well, it's not what it says. It's blocked. So this song is blocked in North Korea, Syria, Iran, and Cuba. So basically, people in those 4 countries cannot watch the episode. Shout out to Paisos in Iran, but you know, this isn't a huge problem. But again, Cup and Burax part 1 of their chronicles was blocked, and Propel Pat one time was like, "Hey Rashawn, you gotta upload that on Vimeo." Haven't gotten to that, even it's 2 years ago. But it picked up 3 songs here. I think there was probably 4. There was probably more than 3, more than 4 in this episode. It picked up a Moloko song. It picked up the wrong mix, I think. This is the Boris. Yeah, this is the correct mix. Excuse me. But again, the video can still be seen using this song, and this song was used many times in Rate My Chase. Was one of the reasons why we had to start injecting, because this song was in the Come 49 and Bureau Chronicles. This song was in Titty Boy and Jackie Chronicles. This was in a lot of Rate My Chases. I think this was in the Belmiro Chronicles too. So if you were a season 3 watcher, this song was in a lot of season 3 Rate My Chases. But these 2 songs, it says the video cannot be seen. This is an 80s song from Vice City Stories. I think 80s songs at times, I guess more often, will get your video blocked. And when it comes to Jay-Z, I used the Jay-Z and Kanye West song, a Watch the Throne song, I believe it was, in the Mug Christie Edge Budget Chronicles. I thought it was going to get blocked. It did get blocked. So basically, any Jay-Z song, you can't use any Jay-Z songs in any videos. His record just, label just cracks down on that. So, there are some artists in which you cannot use their songs or else your video will be blocked. So that's what it is. What you would usually do to test the music out, you usually don't have to, but you can render a video at very low quality, then upload it to YouTube, assuming you've got good internet. Then it'll show you whether or not a song makes your video get blocked. Although I haven't really had to do that very often. But if a song gets blocked before you upload it, it can be a problem, because then you'd have to get new songs, and it would mess with the order of the songs. And there are some Rate My Chases in which I've wanted to have a certain song order. So when it came to the Nautical Beverly Chronicles, I was hoping that, none of the songs got blocked, because there are a lot of songs in that episode. But that's basically what it is, and that is music and song choice in Rate My Chase. One last thing, obviously, I guess I should have said this at the beginning, but, obviously, my own song choice is usually in Rate My Chases. I like rap, hip-hop, alternative rock, there 80s rock at times. I've put some 80s rock, some Vice Stories, V-Rock in Rate My Chase. I think those genres a lot of times more expose the intensity of some parts and some chases. But, I throw some pop in there once in a while, but, I don't really put any other genres like country or anything like that. I don't listen to country, so, as you saw in the Los Santos chase perspective, Kesh was the DJ for that episode. None of those songs that she put in are any that I would listen to usually, although they weren't bad, and they didn't compromise, the chase viewing experience rather. So, obviously song choice is all preference, and you'd have to deal with it, obviously, if you're going to watch Rate My Chase. So that's how it is. Song choice is what it is for part 8. Part 9, it'll either be how to set up OBS Studio and or Shadowplay, or we'll just analyze a finished Rate My Chases Sony Vegas file further. So we'll see you then. This has been Rashawn.